Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are still working towards Technocracy. We're going to see how that goes. And we're doing another expansion here in Uganda. I think... How's our oil situation? We can probably import some cheap oil. America's got some. We're going to have access to plenty of oil as the game gets on, but unfortunately right now we're not exactly full of oil. Let's see how our colonies are doing. We've got pretty good growth rates in these zones overall. I'm actually tempted to get started in some of these high malaria zones, but I'm not necessarily going to do that right now immediately. How long is it going to be before we have access to that stuff? We've still got a lot of the tier 3 of socials to knock out before we get there, but probably that'll be where we go after trench works. The better artillery are in... It's not wargaming anymore. Where is it? It's defense in depth for siege artillery, which is a tier 4 as well. So I think maybe we'll go there next. In fact, let's queue that in. And then we'll go to automatic machine gun. And then we'll loop back around to finish out all the ones we want in society. And then we'll grab malaria prevention. How are we doing in terms of the prestige rankings? We're still head and shoulders above our nearest competitors. I'm very pleased about that. Hope that continues. So let's fire away here. Australia is colonizing the Solomon Islands. That's fine with me. Public address goes awry. Another stall event. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of technocracy by Ruarid Lennox has quickly devolved into a public relations disaster for the industrialists. Fumbling his way through a series of poorly presented talking points, Ruarid Lennox's arguments have been viciously and convincingly picked apart by his political opponents. The question on everyone's lips now is merely if this mishap was due to the inherent failings of technocracy, or can be chalked down to the political incompetence of the industrialists. I could scrap the draft for a setback. I'm not really comfortable doing that when we don't have any success yet. I'm going to say it's the fault of this poorly thought out proposal, though, because again, once we get to below 0, we'll just bump right back up, and it won't be an issue. And there's still a front. Actually, they are putting up a good fight over here, but not enough of one that it's going to actually be a challenge. So that'll be good to go. Kazembe Uprising. Fine, we've already got an army mobilized. We're finished with our current war, so we'll place that unit right over there. Harar is trying to take Tigray. That is absolutely fine with us. As the Ottomans, I developed an Ethiopian protectorate, and I am extremely likely to do the same thing playing as Britain. Let's go ahead and reset production method. Oh, no. No production methods to reset. However, we are actually low on infrastructure here, so we're going to need to build a pair of railways. We got some turmoil that's pretty rough, but not that rough. So we'll go ahead and pop that right in at the bottom of our set there. The Austrians and the Prussians are fighting once again over German leadership. So I'm going to once again not involve myself in that. As long as those two keep shooting at each other, that's good for me. I don't have any interest in continuing to have to deal with their nonsense. We're getting a lot of radicals from this shift over to technocracy, but I'm... Now we should be able to. Nope. We don't need to. Alright. Construction's still going well. Investment pool is still at 0. There's our war with Kazembe. Breaking out. So I think once these colonizations have finished, it'll be time to get started on some of these areas that have got a lot of malaria going on. Bureaucratic imbroglio. Another stall. Lawmakers working towards the enactment of technocracy have found themselves mired in a particularly complex set of bureaucratic proceedings, grinding the work towards reform to a near halt. The fully developed bureaucratic apparatus compares with the other organizations exactly as does the machine with the non-mechanical modes of production. That is to say, the teeth of its individual gears meet in accord, or its gears will gnash and churn until it eventually breaks. We're at 10% here. I don't want to sacrifice the bureaucracy right now. I'm going to say damn this labyrinthine legal system. That'll give us a setback, but it will also set us back up to... it will also set us back up to 45% or whatever. We got another Hell on Earth event. I'm going to launch an inquiry into the conditions rather than slowing down production and risking a bunch of mortality. Again, maybe there will be a time when the interests of Britain are different, but for now, it is better to simply take a look at what's going on and lose the rubber than it is to have problems with that. So we should be getting our legislative failure event pretty shortly over here. And that should remove all these debuffs. Rubber rush. Once again, I'm going to station you in the thing. Come on. Come on. Do the thing. Do the thing. Oh boy, we got a red scare. The rise of the communist regime in the Hamburgian proletarian revolt has spurred a sense of... Oh boy. That's some events. Has spurred a sense of terror and mistrust across British society. Many fear that Great Britain will be the next to fall to communism. Every newspaper on the stand bore a title more extreme than the last. Shrill newsboys hawked them on corners, sending competing claims of atrocity and terror across the streets. Assassins and madmen claim power in Hamburgian proletarian revolt, cried one of them. Recovered red Bible reveals agenda of world revolutionists, shouts another, and amidst all of them marched 10,000 wide-open ears, soaking up each sensational word as they hurried along to their stations. It could happen here. Upper sternum pops become more loyal, and this weakens the trade unions. Or a panic will be wholly unwarranted. This makes everybody mad, and makes lower sternum pops more loyal. I'm going to do the first one. I don't want everybody to be mad at the government right now, while I'm trying to do a technocracy. Speaking of which, oh, we got pump jacks spreading. That's very good. Alright, so where is our infamy right now? 17.3. Not great. We could do worse. However, I've had my eye on Kutai for some time. So let's go ahead and snatch them up. That'll give us 5.8. Again, we're at 17.2. Oh, that's going to be pretty close. So what if we grab Sintang instead? 5.4. Maybe we'll need to just chill. This would let us consolidate our territories over here. On the other hand, if we just grab this bit of Sulu, that would only be 4. Let's do that. Do they have any allies before I know they do not? Alright. They might accept. They did not, but that's okay. Does Sulu have anything resembling a real army? Not so much. So I think we'll just use the Army of Australia for this. Do they have real production methods for their barracks? Where are their barracks? Here they are. No, they do not. Irregular infantry. Very good. Getting a little surprised that I'm not getting my oh, we're still at 0.5. Ugh. Well, Alright, so this'll take some time. But that's okay. It's not necessarily a problem. It'll be just fine. We're actually getting done with our construction queue here. So let's see what our market needs. Engines. It needs engines. Engines and silk. Silk I can't get except for abroad. So let's build some more motor industries. Let's see. We got some labor available in Munster. So let's build 5 levels of motor industries in Munster. And we'll do 5 in Ulster as well, but before that we'll build ourselves a railway there. And we'll build some railways all over Ireland, frankly. Perfect, very good. Lovely. Alright, so now that that's gotten started, we'll continue working on this situation with Sulu. This enemy army has 3 units of regular infantry. That's not going to worry about it. The new machine, advance event. A group of influential engineers have greatly improved productivity in the food industries of Lancashire through the application of scientific principles. They suggest that under technocracy they will be able to apply these principles to the mechanisms of government. A salient point of intelligence is understanding one's limitations. Through this comes the recognition that one's experience is finite and subject to perspective. Without this pillar, human intelligence is prone to hubris. For example, someone may conceive the idea that it is possible to treat bureaucracy as a machine rather than the cluster of skills that it is. Thus, treat humans as problems to solve rather than independent variables with experience and intelligence of their own. The industrial sector needs them most, extra enactment chance and throughput over there for 5 years, or a fascinating proposal. This will get us 1 phase. Ooh, let's do it. The second one. Kablam. We're in drafting. I am very happy with that event. And, you know, hopefully we'll get a stall event with a reset here pretty soon, and then we can not worry about that situation going forward. We are experiencing success in the war place right now, so I don't feel any need to worry much about Sulu for the time being. I am going to eventually want to get increased home affairs and increased health investment. So let's go ahead. Ooh, we got an agitator working on the migration controls thing now. So I think the next thing we'll do is go ahead and grab a few more levels of government admin. We'll put them in Leinster. Nope, no labor in Leinster. We'll put them in Munster. How's urbanization here? We're still at urban center level 1. Let's go ahead and build some government administrations over here in Guyana. Can't build government administration? Oh, right, because it's over here under development. I'm going to keep making that mistake, friends. We're going to put 2 levels there, and then for this stuff, let's go ahead and put a fertilizer plant here. Hopefully that'll do what we need to do. Marching against peace. Protesters inspired by the fierce rhetoric of Patrick Trail have carried out a march in London, calling for military intervention against the communist regime and the Hamburgian proletarian revolt. Is that this? No. Hold up. This is an event I need to pay attention to. What began as a few dozen shouting men in the streets swelled to a corpus numbering the thousands. What began as a peaceful demonstration grew to chants of fire and fury, all baying for blood. What began as a show of fear transformed into a call for action. Their demands were simple. Tear out the Hamburgian proletarian revolt menace, no matter the cost. We must save the Hamburgian proletarian revolt people from themselves. This gives us war fever. It's a bunch of things involving if we want to do a diplomatic play, but it also makes lower stardom pops more radical, and degrades relations with the Hamburgian proletarian revolt, or the people's energies are best spent on something more constructive. Patrick Trail, the head of the Anglican Church, gets dangerous warmonger, reduced popularity, and upper stardom pops become more radical. I'm going to do the first one. So, what's this? We have France trying to conquer Provence and Savoy and Sardinia from the Kingdom of Sardinia-Piedmont. So what if we offered support? War goals, obligations, transfer subject French Senegal. That would be neat. But it would be a lot of infamy. If France takes this territory, is it actually bad for us? I don't think so. On the other hand, Sardinia and Piedmont are our friends. This would be a serious war while we're in the middle of trying to do a bunch of government stuff. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. We got a lot more going on in Southeast Asia and Africa. So, where are we with this? They're losing war support at a rate of 6.2. Oh, right, because we haven't actually conquered their capital. Do I have a fleet in this zone? Rubber and Hausaland. Do I actually need a naval invasion here? Probably not. Let me see. How low do I need to get them before this matters? 128. Yeah, it'll be fine as soon as they get below 0, so I'm not going to worry about that. There's another rubber rush. This place seems the most effective. So, Hamburgian proletarian revolt. Where is that? Here's Austria-Hungary, Saxony, Hamburg. Hamburg is up here. Okay, here we go. Are you... You're actually winning your war against Hamburg. So, maybe we'll end up dealing with that at some point. Alright, they're down to negative war support. Oh, it's still going to take some time. Huh. But it's only going to be another, 6 weeks from here, so I think I'm still basically on the did it right train. Come on, reset. If you give me a setback, if you give me a rolled setback right now, I'm going to be furious. Dang it. Reset, you fool! Ugh. This is really annoying, y'all. You know what I'm going to do? No. Not going to do that. Alright. And there's self-propelled torpedoes. Another war with America. Well, that is going to be something. So, they're going to take Texas. I'm going to add... I don't have return war goals. I'm going to... Let me see. What's my infamy at? My infamy is at 17.1. And I can't add... Texas is automatically in it. Regime change would be a giant pile of infamy. War reparations would be nice. What if I did... I can't transfer a Oh, Crew's its own country now. Interesting. Liberate country. Oh man, I could create some nonsense over here. But we're going to dial that back. Conquest is tempting. Conquest goals say... You know what? It's just going to be war reparations. We're doing war reparations. And there are some countries we could sway in Europe. Let's get the armies mobilized. And, in fact, we're going to get our conscripts ready to go as well. Alright, and we're going to put some armies over here in America. Army of India, Army of Ireland. Household Division Home Army, we're going to leave it home for now. No, you know what? Household Division is going to America as well. We're going to put all these armies over here. The Army of Australia is already on its way. Has everyone got at least one spare general? Well, it got at least one general, first of all. It's looking like we're doing well with that. It's going to cost us a bunch of... convoys. Let's go ahead and throw down some more ports. I got plenty of states in Ireland that are short on infrastructure, or close to short on infrastructure anyway. So let's get those building. Alright, we'll unpause. Get those armies where they need to go. And we'll let this get up to swayable state so that we can go ahead and grab whatever we wish to grab. Actually, before we do anything else, though, Portsmouth Station, where are you geographically? You're where you need to be. Plymouth Station, you're over here, so we'll put you supporting sea nodes, and then Sheerness Station. You don't have a leader. We'll go with you. You're a positivist, and that's important to me right now. And we'll put you down here. Alright, progressive dilemmas. Wait, but before we deal with that, let's see who we can sway. We'll go ahead and see what Prussia will get. They would like an obligation. Ooh, dangerous. Brazil, sway with call ally. Start with that. Brazil sides with Great Britain. Alright, we'll let this escalation continue to be paused for the moment. Next, still tempted to grab... Ooh, Mexico. Yes, here we go. Sway with war goals. So, oof. Return state. They only want Texas. Temptation size large. You know what? We'll do it. Cool. And then... Yep, we don't have anyone on the Baja California front. That's okay. We have people on our front. You know what? Prussia. Let's do it. Alright, America. You ready to fight? And I don't have any other things I want out of this. So, Progressive dilemmas. The backlash against the policies of the Hamburgian communists have led to mounting pressure on the progressive leaders of the rural folk to explicitly denounce the government of Hamburg. They loom over him, at least half a dozen, all built to lift cisterns. At first, it was a courtesy call to the watering hole. Some boy fresh off the fields recognized him over a pint. Then the barmaid remembered his praise about Hamburg's government. Now it was a sizable crowd, with 6 strong men at the helm. Well, the thing with Hamburg is, for the Social Democrat cause, not the Hamburgian one, this reduces their political group strength by 30%, where this road leads to nothing more but more extorted concessions. This makes the upper stardom hops more radical. I'm going to go with the first one. It doesn't. The rural folk are not an interest group that I feel I need a whole lot of support from at the moment. All right, so my coalition is holding. I don't feel the need to bring in Spain necessarily, but let's just see what they would want. Subjects or whatnot. I'm not interested in that. Russia sides with Belgium in a play against the Netherlands. Interesting. How much more episode have we got? We got a little bit more episode left. Come on, USA, back down. I do have a strength overage here. We're a little weaker on the Mexican front, but that's all right. Should get another Technocracy event soon. How are things going here? We got our level 2 urban center, not quite yet. Let's go ahead and we'll leave that for now. We got one more army coming in. And this should hopefully inspire us to and there's war with the USA. We'll go ahead and cancel this trade deal here. We'll have to get our oil elsewhere. And there's a successful push. So, do they have war support protection? They do. But if we can capture any of Texas, it'll be fine. We also have the ability to push to the capital. I'm going to put all of these fleets on rating. This one needs an additional leader. Let's go with this guy. Dissenters break ranks, another stall event. Alright, I'm going to say splitters, may the devil take them. That's going to drop us by 15%, but that's going to cause our reset. It's going to give us a setback, which I'm not pleased about, but it is what we were hoping to achieve in the future. So, once that is done, ooh, Genesis of the Ecuadorian culture. That's pretty rad. Neat. We were losing that one, but we're still winning this one. Legislative failures. Sponsor a full rewrite, and that puts us at 35%. So we should be good to go from here. With any luck, we'll be able to get everything we need. I probably should have protected Mexico better. I sure wish Prussia and Brazil were sending armies. Okay, here we go. Here's Prussia sending an army. And our war support is being reduced significantly slower than theirs at this point. So I'm feeling pretty confident. We're sinking a lot of convoys as well. I'm going to pull... You see, all of our allies are piling in over here onto the Mexican front, so I'm hoping that continues to be... I'm hoping that sorts out that situation, because I've got a lot of strength, a strength overage over here, and I'm hoping I can continue to use that. Brazil wishes to enter into an alliance. They're calling in our obligation. Very well. I am no bandit. Let us have what we wish to have. There's floating harbor. That's wonderful. So again, if we can occupy a territory, a state, it'll be fine. So going on in Siak. Ooh. France is going to war with Great Qing. The White Emigres, a stream of wealthy North German emigres fleeing the communist regime in Hamburg, have sought shelter in Great Britain, bringing with them tales of revolutionary terror and unbridled proletarian excess. The worst was the new secret police, just like the old ones. They would round up people they didn't like, usually when all was dark and quiet, sometimes in the day, too. And if we ever saw liquor trucks going to their offices, well, we never saw our neighbors again. We had to get out. Very brave, we'll take care of you here. Anything for Hamburg's most outstanding citizens. Give them a platform to tell their stories. Reduced council republic pop support and extra migration attraction. Or a tragic procession. More of the same. This one gets a character. Do we want a character? Let's just go with the second one. We don't necessarily want a disruption in our politics at present. Alright, and our allies have secured us significant strength overages in Mexico as well, so hopefully that will help us to achieve victory over the United States. Let's see. With that having been said, though, it's about getting to be time to end the episode. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a great victory in the USA, but that will have to wait for next time. For now, I've had fun, I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you all on the other side.